Welcome in, Irish fans. This broadcast goes live on 9/19/2024, Thursday the 19th. And here we are. We're at Miami of Ohio weekend. We're 2-1. We've lost to a MAC team, and we're about to play another one. Well, so I got to say, this team, this Miami, Ohio team, just does not have the same feel as NIU. They've played 2 games at this point. They've lost to Northwestern and to Cincinnati. Cincinnati got it done almost completely on the ground. And if there's a strength that this Fighting Irish team has this year, it's the run game. Now, overall, the spread for this game is 28. 28 points in favor of the Irish. 28.5, something like that. I don't often look at the betting line, and I don't often look, when I do, for the Irish to cover. That just hasn't been our MO lately. Last weekend, we certainly more than covered, going 66-7 against Purdue. I think the line on that was, I think it ended at like 7.5 or something like that. I don't know. Again, right, not something that I really follow a whole lot, but 28.5 for this seems incredibly doable. Now, I'm hoping that the Fighting Irish are going to work on their passing game a little bit in this game. See, unlike the NIU game, which I think the team went into thinking this is a practice, hopefully at this point, the team realizes they cannot go into a game like this thinking it's practice and acting like a MAC team isn't going to want to come in here and play their hardest and try to upset them. But at the same time, there needs to be some practice, some real-time practice, some full speed against another team practice of the fundamentals of the touch passes, of the in routes, the slant routes, things that will get our offense moving and build confidence for Riley Leonard in the backfield. So I want to be very clear. This game is not a practice game. It's not. But certain skills need to be practiced in this game and refined that have been practiced hopefully all week. We know Jeremiah Love's going to get it done with his feet. We know Riley Leonard's going to get it done with his feet. Both of those players have done a tremendous job this season of doing this. And I'm not neglecting Jardarian Price here. He's going to get it done with his feet too. The things that we need to do this week: stay healthy, be prepared mentally. Physically, we're far better than this team. And beyond that, work on the fundamentals at real speed against a good team or another team. We need to throw the ball. We need to get up early in the game so that we can do that. Because you don't do that when the game is tied. You do that when you're up by 3 scores after the first quarter. And you've got a ton of confidence, and everybody's playing because they're having fun. They're playing hard. They're playing with a little bit of, as I keep saying, with a little bit of fire, a little bit of passion. And then you get out there and you start to help your quarterback build trust with the wide receiving core. Because it's okay to make a mistake or two at that point. Not too many and not too big of mistakes, but you give them some opportunities to build confidence and potentially an opportunity or two to fail. Now, I don't see it happening. failing. Our wide receivers are way faster than this team. Our running backs, our entire running back core is going to get some exercise during this game. But, I want to see Jeremiah Love get the majority of the carries. I know we got to keep him healthy. But, let's let him go out there and do what he does well. Give the man the rock and let him pound it. Please, all day. And then, open up some play action. Open up some downfield passes. And give Riley Leonard the ball the ability to throw the ball deep. Now, it's not something he's been terribly good at. He was less than 45% accuracy at Duke in passes over 20 yards. Which is not great. It's a little bit above average, or right around average, actually, probably for the league. But he's done it. So let's give him the opportunity to air it out. Figure out what's going on there. Get him in for some coaching moments if he doesn't hit his target. And hope that at this point he's learned enough to, not completely fail. And he's a smart quarterback. He knows where the ball's supposed to go. He just needs to have the confidence to put it there. And I'm not sure what this lack of confidence is with his receivers. So we saw a lot of it against Purdue. So that's something that we need to work on this week. And when I said before, against NIU, air the ball out, right? That's all they needed to do. They just needed to air the ball out, throw the ball downfield, hit some wide open receivers. NIU is fully prepared to stop the run and to stop the run game. And they did it well. It's what they practiced all week. They dared us to throw the ball. I don't know that this Miami, Ohio team is that good. I don't see the Red Hawks coming in here and pulling an upset. And that's not to say that they can't. They can. If we come in and play lackluster, or this is full-speed practice football, they absolutely can. And we've already seen it. But we've also seen what this team can do. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and get Riley Leonard some reps in the passing game. And he needs to play the whole game. He needs to play the whole game. I love to see Steve Angeli out there getting to throw the ball and spin the ball and sling it downfield and hit the open receivers and drop big passes like he did against Purdue. I love to see that. I love to see Kenny Minchie getting in there and running for a 5-yard touchdown. That's fun. That's fun to get the second string out there and do that stuff. But we've got a first-string quarterback who is not comfortable throwing the ball with his offense. And until he is, he needs to play every rep and every down. Now, of course, we needed to build some confidence for Steve Angeli as well, just in case we end up having to rely on him for the rest of the season. And I would love to see him for part of the fourth quarter. But I don't think that's the right move, even if we're up 54-0, 66-0. Don't care what, 70-0. Right? Let's get some practice. Let's get some reps for Riley Leonard here in a real game and build his confidence. So that's my challenge to the coaching staff. I know they'll probably never see this. But that's what I think they need to do and what they need to work on. And I understand you sit down your starter when you're up by a ton because you know you want them to be healthy. But I don't think anybody that's watched Notre Dame play this season will fault Notre Dame and say, oh, they're running up the score on this team, knowing the problems we have had in the passing game. So if you get up big, you start making sure that your quarterbacks had the reps and the ability to build confidence, and you get some coaching moments, and you give them the opportunity to get better. My final score prediction for this game, 63-3. I think we got to run it up. And I know I've said 63-0 before. I don't think that their offense is nearly as good as the NIU offense. So unless they score 10 points off of turnovers, we ought to be able to achieve that. That's not just a goal predict. That's just not just a score prediction. That should be a goal. And that's what the coaches need to go in and tell these players. That anything less than 63-0 is unacceptable. And you better play for it. Because you got beat 2 weeks ago by a team that you should have done exactly that to. All right. That's all I got. I love y'all. Keep looking up. Go Irish. Beat Redhawks.